The wait is finally over. Thank you all so much for the incredible support on the last factions video. It has exploded and exceeded any expectations I ever could have had for it. I do apologize for the wait, but I wanted to take my time and correct my mistakes when making a second part. I wanted to deliver the correct information rather than just pumping out a sequel and getting more things wrong. So again, I apologize for the wait, but hopefully I'll get a lot more stuff right this time. I've divided this video, just like the previous one, into sections, so you can skip ahead to the new stuff or the revamped stuff, or just sit along for the ride. Unlike the previous video, I will try my best to leave any links to Discords, Reddits, and other places you can find information on specific factions, but no promises. A lot of them were really hard to find, so I'll put down as many as I can. So if you're interested in a specific faction or just all of them as a whole, check out the links in the description. I'll label them the best I can, and hopefully it won't get too confusing down there with all the timestamps and other stuff. So without further ado, I do hope you enjoy discovering more information on the new and old factions known within the galaxy.
The Chaos Divers are a group dedicated to the spread of true freedom and democracy, wanting to liberate themselves and the people of the galaxy from the tyranny of the elite. This group banded together after the controversial Escalation of Freedom update, which was due to the corruption of elite members of the Super Earth Ministry of Defense. These divers actively disobey major orders from Super Earth High Command, but that does not stop them from helping the spread of liberty across the galaxy. Additionally, these divers are massively misunderstood, often being regarded as trolls and griefers who purposely sabotage and team kill on their deployments. However, this is not what the Chaos Divers stand for, as they want to free Super Earth and its citizens from tyranny and corruption, rather than spread death and destruction. Additionally, a large source of this confusion is trolls and griefers often donning armors associated with the Chaos Divers, such as the CE-07 Demolition Specialist, the TR-62 Knight, and most recently the UF-50 Bloodhound and UF-84 Doubt Killer. These awful impersonators are what gives these Chaos Divers such a bad reputation, as they use false personas as a reason to actively team kill and further the rumors surrounding the Chaos Divers as a whole. The Chaos Divers still contribute to the liberation of planets, but they rather follow their own orders compared to the ones given by Super Earth High Command, meaning they will combat the bug front if an automaton major order is issued, or target a different planet than the one specifically targeted by Super Earth. As previously mentioned, these divers will never target those allied with Super Earth, as stated in their main values and morals on their Reddit, as they do not want to spread a message of hate or conflict amongst those blinded by the Federation. The devotion and strong-headed nature of these divers are not to be underestimated. And if you think you have what it takes to help inform those who have been blinded by Super Earth and want to liberate systems while doing it, join the Chaos Divers. Run by Commander Philosophical Bread, the 1st Colonial Regiment is a highly organized group of divers that focus on the completion of major orders issued by Super Earth High Command. Deployment chiefs help organize, deploy, and liberate alongside their assigned squad, effectively and efficiently liberating a large portion of systems under distress. Although only around 200 in total members, this regiment still packs a mighty punch in liberating prowess, having over 2 million confirmed kills as of August 15th, 2024. Additionally, this regiment is built upon the dedication of its members, having strong bonds between Helldivers be the main backbone behind its continued success. The 1st Colonial Regiment is also focused on further scientific analysis of our enemies as well as our own armaments, with videos being consistently uploaded on their YouTube channel, directly approved by both the Ministry of Truth and Science, concerning Hellpod engineering efficiencies and potential dangers behind the Terminid gloom. The 101st Hell Battalion is a faction that I covered in my previous video. However, the faction has since collapsed. This is suspected to be from a nuking of the Discord server through bots and other forms of sabotage, but that does not mean the faction is all gone together. This group of former organized soldiers focused on tactical combat and cooperation has rallied into multiple splinter factions instead of abandoning the group altogether. These are the Liberty Legion, which is the largest of the 4 splinter groups, the 101st Sanctuary, the Hell Zone, and the Hazard Airborne Commandos. Although I have not been able to find any of their discords at this time, hopefully more information will appear on how to join and rebuild the previous faction, as well as what they stood for. Good luck to these former members, and I do hope that the rebuilding process goes as well as it can. As of May 22nd, 2024, the Cheese Divers are an independent faction that split off due to the lack of diplomatic solutions and reconciliation attempts made by the Super Earth Federation. With their patience exhausted, the resolve of these divers has never been stronger, with their independence from Super Earth giving them the opportunity to strengthen their numbers and create alliances with other oppressed peoples, and later forming Holy Cheesin Empire. They are focused on uniting those who have a common cause to try and dismantle the oppressive regime of Super Earth. The Cheese Divers will do anything and everything they can to liberate themselves and others from oppression, and will rise from its ashes in order to protect freedom. These headstrong divers are most commonly found doing major order missions, wearing bright yellow armor such as the TR-40 Gold Eagle. Using a variety of tactics, these divers are dedicated to the spread of true freedom and democracy using any means necessary. If you happen to meet one of these divers on the field, they are quite flattered by puns and jokes related to fermented dairy products and are some of the most dedicated soldiers I have ever seen. These cheesy fellows also have a dedicated mind to help keep the supply of cheese to all those in need at an all-time high, having workers ready to dig away for any shortages they may find. Special thanks to B-Rex in my comment section for helping me out, as they showed me the way to the Cheese Divers Discord a while ago and helped me find more information on this awesome faction. I also want to give a special thanks to Balk Rabo on the Cheese Divers Discord for pointing me in the right direction in terms of where to find the lore. Small correction on the Blitz Divers. They apparently never walked away from Super Earth, but the rest of their values still stand. These divers really do want to do the best for their Chaos brothers and sisters, but are still willing to kill the enemies of liberty alongside them. Blitz Divers also have a Discord and Reddit I will leave down below, and thank you to the assumed commander running the Blitz Divers YouTube channel for getting in contact with me and helping me find more information as well as make this correction.
Alright, onto the new stuff. These are some of the factions that I didn't cover in the previous video, so I figured I'd cover them here.
Ghost Divers, Phantom Divers, or the Malevelon Creek 664th Expeditionary Regiment are a group of soldiers that work best from the shadows, often striking the enemy where they least expect it. Focusing on stealth, these soldiers use long-ranged weaponry to pick off enemies from far distances. Additionally, they use armor sets with the recon perk, such as the SC-30 Trailblazer and the SC-34 Infiltrator, allowing them to stay undetected while spreading democracy across both fronts. They are quite hard to spot due to their invisible nature, but are still valuable during combat, providing overwatch and taking out deadly enemies while others storm bases and objectives. These divers also tend to complete objectives on their own, using their unique playstyle allowing them to be self-sufficient democracy-spreading machines. The Ghost Divers are run by a VTuber named Erevan, who has a large variety of tutorials on stealth, new galactic battlefront developments, and gameplay live streams on their YouTube channel. If you are interested in joining the Ghost Divers, check out their Discord down below. Keep up the good work, Ghosts, and I look forward to not seeing you soon. The Tech Divers, also known as Space Divers, are an elite group of soldiers that specialize in electrical, plasma, and laser weaponry, often using the ARC-12 Blitzer, the SG-8P Plasma Punisher, and the LAZ-16 Sickle, to name a few. Additionally, the accompanying armor sets that grant arc resistance are also used, as well as those that give off a futuristic aesthetic. These divers are centered around mechanical deployments and utility items, such as minefields, sentries, and auto turrets, as well as a wide variety of defensive emplacements to help fortify and rally other troops during stressful situations. Expectedly, these divers are commonly found piloting either the XO-45 Patriot or the XO-49 Emancipator exosuits, as they use these technological marvels to help spread freedom across the galaxy. The Tech Divers also really enjoy using orbital stratagems, such as the orbital laser and orbital rail cannon to help complete objectives. These divers are also known for collecting as many samples as possible to ensure that their super destroyers are operating at peak efficiency. Big up to the Tech Divers for keeping the Titanfall dream alive and for using the most futuristic and cutting-edge weapons out there. Referred to as the 104th Wolf Diver Battalion, these soldiers originate from the Aesir Pass system. These dedicated bot busters often use tactics reminiscent of a variety of Vikings from ancient Earth mythology and utilize snowy environments to help them strike from cover, often wearing armor from the Polar Patriots warband, such as the CW-36 Winter Warrior, to help them blend into their environments as much as possible. Since these divers idolize the more traditional forms of combat, heavy machine guns and other ballistic-based weapons are the common choice for these soldiers, allowing them to stick to their gun and still spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy. The Wolf Divers do have a Discord, but I was unfortunately unable to find it at this time. Regardless, I wish the Wolf Divers the best at hunting down the bots on their frozen worlds. The 1st Armoured Division, otherwise known as the Iron Knights, that proudly stand as a symbol of strength, resilience, and dedication. This division has a long, storied history, playing a vital role in many major conflicts, such as the Troost Liberation, Malevelon Creek conflict, and the long-lasting battle on Hellmire. The 1st Armoured Division also has a YouTube channel, but as the faction grows, it is only expected to have more content. Using their motto, Iron Strong, this small and mighty faction has its roots dug deep within the Super Earth Federation, and is entirely dedicated to the liberation of those under the threat of tyranny. If you are interested in joining this faction, I recommend contacting the owner of the 1st Armoured Division YouTube channel, as they will be able to provide more details than I will be able to. Also, they advertise a free Super Hellcat to the first 10,000 applicants, so I'd hurry along to your local democracy officer as soon as possible. The 9th Hellraisers is a division with a somewhat unknown origin. The suspicion is highly centered around experiments conducted on Super Earth Special Force candidates dating back to the First Galactic War. This group operates with a high degree of secrecy and is primarily deployed when Super Earth requires decisive action, regardless of the task's nature. The reputation of these divers is often seen as fiercely loyal and unpredictable, but they are also known to be fairly antisocial and reluctant to spark conversation. It is important to note that once a diver joins this division, they almost disappear from the eyes of others, as their personal records, names, and any other identifiers are redacted and removed from all public registries, causing the origin of these divers to be extremely difficult to trace. Members of other SEAF divisions and factions regard members of the 9th Hellraisers to be slightly unsettling, as they descend from their destroyers seemingly without warning, wielding their flaming weaponry and transforming areas into nightmarish hellscapes. Using their motto, "Into Hell We Dive," it is often the only form of communication heard prior to the deployment from their super destroyers. With what little is known about these divers, this motto is a statement and embodiment of a promise, forged through the unimaginable trials that they have endured to attain their current status, as a warning of the future searing destruction they are prepared to unleash. When these divers deploy, they carry the very essence of hell with them, and if you want to hone your strength through the fires of hell, the 9th Hellraisers are the faction for you.